What's up, guys? Welcome to the Schaub Show Hot Takes. This is a very special hot take because my boy Marvin Vettori, the number 3 middleweight badass on the planet, is breaking down this week's UFC 276 big-time middleweight fights. We're talking about the main event, Izzy, Cannonier. He's breaking down Sean Strickland, knows very well, versus Alex Pereira. He's going to give you some hot takes. And this episode of Hot Takes is brought to you by Rain Body Fuel. Rain Body Fuel, there's nothing like it. Let's get into it. Mr. Marvin Vettori.
What's up, man?
Italy's finest. What's up, brother?
Thank you. Yeah,
you might be the best dressed dude that we've definitely had on in the studio, I think, especially fight-wise. I think that's right, fellas, right?
I have to represent.
You really do. I was expecting a nice outfit, but you did not disappoint, my man. Now, you are the perfect guy to give us this Schaub Show hot take, because this Saturday is UFC 276. There's some middleweights fighting. And you have a few things, in common with those guys. The first fight I'd like you to talk about, and I'll do my best to navigate through it, would be Alex Pereira and Sean Strickland. Mm-hmm. And for those that don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, you trained a little bit with Strickland, correct?
Oh, I trained a lot with Strickland.
Yeah.
A lot.
And how do you see this fight going down?
So he moved to Vegas, right? And in all honesty, I don't think it was the best move for him, but he's a beast, man. Don't get me wrong. Like every time we train, like I actually trained just a little bit in Vegas not too long ago, and he's always game. He's always a beast. Don't get me wrong.
He's a dog, right?
He's a
like
dog.
He goes.
He's a dog, but he has a system. Like he's really like defensive responsible too. That's why like he pushes the pace and he goes forward that much. He's not stupid. He wants to play that antics where he's stupid and he just goes forward, but there's always something behind these people, and I'm one of those myself.
Do you feel any type of way where Alex Pereira, who I don't think he's ranked, or might be ranked 15, that he's jumping all the way to fight Strickland? Because to me, it's pretty clear what the UFC is trying to do, right? They're like, Pereira, we just need you to win this one. Then the story against you and Izzy, you'll get the next title shot. I'm like, he's just gonna catapult to jump to the queue like that,
If he wins against Strickland, which I don't think he will, even though, even what I was just saying. But
he's an underdog. Or I'm sorry, Strickland is an underdog.
Strickland's an underdog, but I know Strickland. Like, it's not that easy. Because, like, he doesn't wrestle, but if he wants to wrestle, he has some wrestling too, so.
I don't look at Strickland, especially when I watch his fights. Like, his fight IQ is high. Like, he wants to play that, the dumb role, but he's not dumb. No. He's not dumb. You can tell when he fights. So I would assume, knowing Alex Pereira is, world-class striker, Strickland, fancies himself a striker too, but he's not Alex Pereira, type striker. But man, so I think he's going to be able to mix it up.
Strickland has been, one thing of Strickland is sparring every day. He spars, basically every day. Like,
hard, right?
Hard, but like I said, defensively he's very good, so that's why he can get away with sparring so much. So
that makes sense.
So, but not all the time hard. Sometimes he put on small gloves and then he can turn into hard. But
he's not like reckless, because that's a narrative on him. Like he's
he'll if you let him bully you, like he'll bully. I've seen sometimes him bullying people, but at the same time, no, himself is not reckless.
Yeah,
no,
I would pay to watch you and him spar. I would pay, because I heard you go hard too. That's the rumor. Yeah, you go pretty hard too. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you go to Vegas and these guys, they spar hard even with small gloves, and I'm fine with it. But to me, it's a little bit weird.
Yeah, that's wild.
But most of the time, if I put on small gloves, then it's more like hard on the grappling and like you'll make it real, but it's not like you're not really trying to crack people.
No, of course not.
But so he can build up to that at times, but it's not like normal. But
you think Sean Strickland gets it done against Pierre?
I think so, because he's able to mix it up. He has a little more experience, and again, not to Pereira's not gonna watch this, but I think if he just box, definitely if he'll be about punching Strickland, it'll be hard. But if he'll kick a lot, then
could get dicey, right?
Yeah, but then again, he'll open himself for takedowns. I don't know, but I overall I'll pick Strickland, but it's not gonna be like a walk in the park.
Yeah, I think because
he's very reachy too.
Yeah, I think if Pereira doesn't get done early, Strickland's gonna beat him. Decision. That's it. I agree with you on that. And then in the main event, which I'm sure you'll be paying close attention to, you got Izzy versus Jared Cannonier. Now, Izzy's the biggest favorite on the card. Obviously, all the MMA experts out there and all the analysts are going to say, this is an easy fight for Izzy. You see it as an easy fight?
So they asked me earlier, and I'm like, oh yeah, Izzy's gonna do it. Like I wasn't really thinking through too much, and I still think he's gonna do it, but it's not gonna be that easy. I mean, to be honest, man, I think like Izzy is not getting any better. To be honest, even though like people are saying, oh yeah, it's getting better by the day. Like I don't think so. At the same time, Cannonier, it is a little bit basic. Like he doesn't really like. I mean, like yeah, he'll crack hard, he'll kick hard.
He used to be a heavyweight, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
But it's the speed, right?
He's powerful.
Yeah, it's the speed.
It's just easy. It's almost like he puts up these like smoke walls where like it's all smoke, but you got to see through, and
yeah,
you need to be really experienced to see through those walls. Like that's one of the mistakes I did in my last fight with him, where I gave him like a little even too much respect on some of the areas. So I think. Like especially like I mean I don't feel like Cannonier is gonna be able to like walk him down and like really like land power shots on him, and so then it's not gonna be easy because you'll have to like figure him out because like I said, he brings like power, so you have to like
you gotta respect
you have to respect that, but I think he'll be able to find a way.
So
for sure.
You think Izzy gets it done later,
Not
like third
easily.
or fourth? I don't think it's as easy as people think.
I don't think he's gonna finish him, to be honest.
Oh, you don't?
I don't think he's gonna finish him.
Well, yeah. I mean, the knock on Izzy, not on, I would never knock a guy for this, but people are like, oh, in title fights, he'll get ahead and then coast a little bit. To me, it's like he's fighting really fucking good guys. Like, these guys are hard to finish.
I really realize how easy he fights, right? Like, because, of course, I've been studying him and especially even I fought him twice. So
one split decision.
Yeah. But, yeah. Well, we can get into
we will get on food truck. Yeah, I think he's all yeah. Let's wait.
No, but not in the way that you think. It's just because
we'll get to
crazy back there. Like, well, yeah, we'll get.
Yeah, we'll get to the food truck.
So,
but you think Izzy gets it done?
So he'll get into a fight, and then he'll look for the like. When I fought him right away, right? He's facing me, and he like. Threw like a jab, and he sees like I'm reacting the right way. Then he threw a cross, and he sees I'm reacting the right way. Then he throw like an inside low kick, and he sees I react the right way. Then he throws like he's still orthodox, and I'm southpaw, and he threw like a outside leg kick, and I just like put weight on my leg, but I don't really like block it. And he's like, maybe that's a hole,
Yeah, he's looking for the weak link.
The whole fucking fight southpaw, he fought southpaw the whole fuking fight. So that's how he fights, and
he downloads.
and then he realized he can't hurt me anyway.
Yeah,
because I'm taking it, and I'm like, I didn't really check it, but like I checked a few, but not many. I think I took like 50 plus fucking.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
But they didn't really bother me after. Yeah, of course I wasn't like. It wasn't pleasant, but I was like putting weight on it, and they were sliding up. Like there was just few that were like kind of like really like relevant.
Yeah, and I think going back to Canada, I think with Izzy, with his reach and footwork, it's gonna be tough.
He's gonna be looking for the hole. If he doesn't find the hole, or if he doesn't find the hole, that's gonna be like really like relevant to like. Create like a substantial like
damage,
yeah, like he did with Costa, where like you start like compensating with others, and then you like I don't know, then you can go upstairs or something like that. Then he'll just cruise like with Romero, like
he'll cruise, or what if like a Paulo Costa, or even with Whittaker. Then if the guy feels almost pressure, like I gotta get something going here, and they rush in, that's when he lights you up. That's when he gets the finishes. So I agree with you. I think as he gets done, I don't think it's as easy as everybody thinks. He said it's going to be like Anderson Silva versus Forrest Griffin.
No, hell no.
I don't think it's going to be that easy, but I do think as he gets it done.
It's like they're off by a mile. Whoever like compares Anderson Silva to Israel, they're off by a mile. Why? Because like I said, like he's a smart fighter, he's an experienced fighter. Like he's really, really good at dealing with like lights, pressure, all this shit. Like he like walks like he's like walking into the park when he's going to fight.
Yep.
But he's not courageous. He's not. He doesn't take risks in the fight. Fucking Anderson Silva was going in there trying to like demolish people.
Sometimes, unless you're a Brazilian. Like Ital's ladies or Damian Maia, like some of those fights against other Brazilians, he got shit for it because it was boring. But again, it was a lot of times it was Anderson's fault, it was the other guy's fault. Let's take a little break from Marvin Vettori, breaking down some of the biggest middleweight fights in this weekend's big pay-per-view card, UFC 276. Because this is brought to you by the best kratom on the planet, the only kratom I trust. Kratom's the Wild West out there, but not with my friends at Happy Hippo. If you want to try kratom, but safe kratom that your boy uses on stage when I'm doing stand-up, during podcasts, the 7,000 podcasts I do a week, or just working out, I use this kratom. HappyHippoHerbals.com. Use promo code ThiccBoy. You get 20% off for life. Again, that's HappyHippoHerbals.com. All right? And promo code ThiccBoy, 20% off for life. You're welcome. Now let's get back to this hot take. For you, your fight got pushed. You're fighting in Paris in September now, which I think is a blessing for you because you're going to have your fan base out there going crazy for you. When you look at Robert Whittaker, obviously, staple of the middleweight division, former world champion. Is there things you look at there and you feel like you have the advantage over Whittaker?
I have a lot of advantages. One of the things that excites me, I don't know why, but I mean, it is cool. I'm gonna be breaking into pound for pound, because I think he's ranked like number 11 pound for pound.
So if you beat him, you should be 11. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So that's one of the things that excites me. Then obviously it's my first time in Europe since I got signed with the UFC, and but yeah, stylistically, man, like. He's a karate guy. Like he's really bouncy, and I think the 3 rounds actually favors him a little bit. But it's just about me to make another adjustment. Really,
I would like 5 rounds. I wish it was 5.
I asked for it too.
Yeah,
that should be a 5 rounds fight.
100%. At your guys' level, especially where you're ranked, that should be a 5-round fight.
I think so.
Yeah, it should be a 5-round fight. And then we'll get more into that in food truck. But then the last fight I want to get your take on is Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold are fighting. How do you see that going down?
No, I don't see it well for Luke Rockhold, to be honest. I think Luke Rockhold is thinking to take Costa down, But I don't think he's able to do that.
Easier said than done?
Yeah, easier said than done, I think. And if they stay standing like motherfuckers, I know I talked shit before, but like he got power for sure.
Yeah, Paulo has some power. Yeah. Yeah, I think with Luke, his thing, too, he took a 3-year layoff, and then they have him fight Jan, and it's a disaster.
But is Costa? To be honest, I don't think Costa is ever going to be able to make 185 again.
He's big, dude. He's fucking huge.
He's massive.
Do you get down with his kind of shit talk and all that? Like, do you see Glover Teixeira? He's like, you got to decide if you want to be world champion or you want to be like Instagram, OnlyFans girl. Like, you got to decide which lane.
His Twitter, it's amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, you like it? Yeah. He's a wild boy. Yeah.
He's a weirdo. Like, he's like, he's one of the few guys that even after I fought him, because when they give you like a guy that you have to fight, like you start studying him and like you kind of like try to like study him also mentally.
Yes.
This guy's a fucking weirdo. I couldn't make anything out of whatever that he was saying or
he's a little crazy.
Like doing. And
he's a little crazy.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, he's a little crazy. Yeah, I get a little worried about him with his social media antics. And I do think if Luke Rockhold if he's in the right state of mind and he's ready to go and he's committed to it, skill-wise, I think Luke can beat him.
The sport's evolved so much, man.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I was seeing him like, so I was a Churchill, right? Because I trained boxing with Julian Chua, and he used to be a Churchill before. So I used to go at Churchill, and he showed up right after my training, and he started training.
This is Luke or
Luke?
Okay.
Luke. And he was talking some shit on YouTube, and I said, let's spar. And he said, because I told him like, oh, you said that I was a sexy fight for you. Like,
yeah. You guys were talking shit. Yeah. So
I said, let's
you middleweights, dude. You guys are out of your mind.
So let's spar. And he's like, oh no, now I'm just coming back. I'm like, all right, whatever. But then I saw him training a little bit. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, you know, I've heard Cormier saying a couple of times, oh, like he's a different dude when he really goes into camp and prepares for a fight.
Yeah.
I heard that, you know, I've seen guys that sometimes really like change when like during a fight camp.
100%. They're game time guys. Yeah.
But first, you know, like you cannot teach yourself new shit around the moment, bro. Like,
it's tough. Yeah, yeah. It's
so
tough.
like,
so you think Paulo gets it done?
I think so, man.
Viciously.
He's just too much. Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Well, there's some freaking takes from a guy who knows a thing or two about all the fighters I just mentioned. We can have a better guy in the house to break down the middleweight division. This is Marvin Vettori. This is Hot Takes. Thanks, brother.
Let's go.